Hi, my name's Kayla and I am an artist. Specifically, I'm a performance artist, and welcome to my theater. You are my audience to answer the question, is it performance art if there is no audience? And I'll get to that in a moment. But this is an introduction video to explain why I'm here, what I'm doing, a little bit about what performance art is, and why I pivoted to it, and then kind of going down into a breakdown of each of the, I'm going to call them columns, verticals, subjects, whatever you want. So the plum background will be for art in general, and what I'm doing is I am actually creating a video clearinghouse, if you will, of my life, my world, anything topical or whatever. Performance art, when a lot of people think of it, they think of like the abstract people in full body stockings squirming along the floor of a gallery. At least that's what I got in the 1980s when I was a kid. But performance art is a whole lot more. It can be poetry, it can be comedy. Not all poetry is performance art, not all comedy is either, but it can definitely be things like that. It's a lot of storytelling. You can see one guy up alone on a stage talking about his bipolar disorder, for example, or you can have other types. Well, without going into all those explanations, let's just say this is mine. Because there is the question, is it performance art if there is no audience? And one thing that this project is going to prove is that that phone screen that we all live in, it's the new audience. You're used to watching people as if they're in real life. Instagram is where a lot of people discover art. So you might have a 15-foot painting that is now a tiny little square. So that's kind of a little bit of the base model. Normally they will be shorter videos. Some of them will be long, and I will try my hardest to label those when I can. Like I said, the plum is for art, and then there's a different color for every background, and the subjects may be a catastrophic health journey that I've been on for 9 years now, or my childhood, my history, my life, because we are all the archivists of our own life, and I've been doing it since I was 12, archiving my own life, journaling, photos, memory, a lot of memory. There is a special little offshoot of that called Treat and San Simeon, which is the cross streets I grew up on, from 1980. And I partner with friends, although none will show up on camera yet. I'm so disappointed. But we talk about stories, and what's great is hearing the stories about all these people that I know, and I don't have that direct experience. I wasn't there. I maybe didn't even know about whatever it was, and yet I can talk to these people, and that shared history is so important to all of us in our own way. There is a series called I Got Stories, which is just these random kind of funny situations I get myself into, or the very odd celebrity experiences I've had. So each one of those would be their own little video. And as I create more content, I'm just going to load those into playlists. If it's chronological, then I'll wedge them into where they belong, or so on and so forth. You get it, right? Thank you, by the way, for clicking play on this. I really appreciate it. And if I've kept you this long, well, gosh, I'm happy for all of us. I do these stream of conscious. I don't write a bunch of notes. I don't do retakes. I'm not going to have a bunch of jump cuts. If I flub it, I flub it. Because again, performance art done live on a stage, you don't get a do-over. Oh, hold on, let me come back. I do have staged pieces that I'm putting together that eventually I really would like to get done, but primarily my performance art is concentrating here in the video screen. I do have, could be a book, it might be something else, but I do have the story of my life. Well, loosely based on my life. People's names are changed, some people are merged together, and all of that. And that's called The Story of Her, which is the name of the channel. Spoiler, I am her. So when things tie in together, I will either link them in the description, or I put QR codes on art that I've done, because most of my art is autobiographical. But I will put QR codes on the gallery labels that will then be able to go to the corresponding video inside of this channel. Pretty happy with that one. One section that I really want to point out as well is one about social justice. We all think about it. Race is difficult to talk about. I can't be heckled if I talk about it here. Yeah, okay, fine, comments, but no one's yelling it at me. But I will explain that one in the social justice intro video. And I'm just excited because video performance art is one of those things that's being used, but not in this way that I can find. And being able to archive here, getting it out, is a great way to put trauma past you. And so it's also a great way to connect with people. You know, when I tell stories, I often have people go, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said that. Or they tell me their story. I can connect with most people through one aspect or another of this oddball life that I have lived for almost 50 years. I do want to talk about performance art itself specifically. Performance art in film and video kind of starts around the 60s. And it starts with a lot of women because it's this new medium and it's now finally financially more accessible. And you had a lot of women jump into it to kind of experiment to see what they were going to do with it. And a lot have said it's because other art fields were so misogynistic. They just wanted to work. They just wanted to create art. And so they were playing with this. And Fluxus is a troupe that was also a movement. And Yoko Ono was part of it, if I understand everything correctly. And these women, they were trailblazers. And so I want to take it into my level, my ability, my art. I want to take here with the technology that we have now available to us, which would have blown them away, to be honest. So I did write notes for this one intro. I want to make sure I didn't lose anything. Just a second. Sorry, I don't normally do this, nor do I like doing this. But yeah, I think that that really is enough of groundwork. Hopefully you'll watch some and enjoy them, and come back to see what I'm doing next. And who knows, maybe someday you'll actually see video performance art in a gallery of some sort. But again, thank you. And there's my first intro.